Now for the best part of the show, where I talk to some of the biggest names in showbiz and politics, and I'm joined this evening by Nicki Minaj, superfan and reality star. Sorry, I thought I was about to say I was joined by Nicki Minaj, and I was like, oh, well, this is going to be a surprise. And reality star Navid Soul, who made his TV debut on The Apprentice in 2022, where he was hoping to get that 250 grand investment from Lord Sugar. The pharmacist and reality star joins me now to the studio. Navid, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Laurence.
Chin chin.
Cheers. Thank you. With still water.
Now, still water. Go for a G&T. Still water too. Now, Navid,
yes.
Are you familiar with the American podcaster Stephen Crowder?
I have no clue, to be honest, Laurence.
So he has this thing called Change My Mind.
Okay.
Right. And you have said that you're bisexual.
Yes.
I am saying there is no such thing as bisexual. Bisexual, change my mind.
Bisexual, change your mind? I mean...
Bisexuality bisexuality doesn't exist. Change my mind.
Oh, but you know what? Well, you know what? It's good to have a bit of 50-50 in it. Have a bit of.
Is it or is it greedy?
You know what? You have to experiment in life, Laurence. I mean, we just live once.
Don't worry, Baba.
We live once, and it's like, you know, why not just try? You know,
give it all.
Yeah, give it all. Exactly.
Give it all a go.
Exactly.
Well, good for you. But you haven't changed my mind. So pharmacy.
Yes, exactly.
Talk to me. So you're saying that we need to increase and raise the awareness of pharmacies, now important they are in the community. Talk to me.
Yes, exactly, Laurence. So obviously...
Talk to me.
Yes, talk to me. So with my social media platform, I'm trying to kind of make more of an awareness in terms of what the role of a pharmacist is, what pharmacies do, and really kind of like...
What do they do?
I mean, firstly,
If you're sick...
Yes.
If you're feeling rubbish...
Right, yeah.
OK, so you got beginnings of a bug which you don't like.
Fine, yeah.
Pharmacy or doctor?
Pharmacy. Of course, my darling. Pharmacy.
I would love it if you were my pharmacist.
You know what it is, Laurence, as well, is that what people are not aware of is that I'm also like a prescriber, so pharmacists...
Can you prescribe? What can you prescribe? Should we talk after the show?
Well, depending, obviously, on what it is, but...
If it's just got am on the end of it, I'm happy.
It's more basically within my clinical competence, but... It's more like if they need antibiotics or blood pressure.
Can you prescribe
tablets.
antibiotics?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I'm qualified to do that. I'm a prescriber, and that's what
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's what it is that people are not aware of, and it's just always what's really frustrating, Laurence, is that people say, I need to go to my doctors. I'm like, no, my darling, you need to come to me. I can examine you, diagnose you, and give you the appropriate treatment, my darling. Don't waste the GP's time.
Can you do that?
Yeah, of course.
So, hang on. So if I feel like, you know when you get like a strep throat or something,
yes.
that really like,
yes.
feeling. And, you know, in my mother's case, she just turned around and goes, I think it's viral, darling, there's nothing you can do about it. But if it was a severe bacterial infection, I could come to you and you give me one of those new antibiotic jobs in the big... What's it called, that one in the big packet?
What you mean the...
It begins with A.
Amoxicillin. Yeah, the amoxicillin,
so
exactly.
you could...
Exactly. So, but obviously I'll be asking...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the thing, but the thing is, I'll be asking a lot of questions, though, in the sense of
what questions?
What the colour?
I'm not telling you about my background. What do you want to know?
No, like in the sense.
I wasn't there. I didn't touch the guy.
No, like in the sense of what colour your sputum is. For example, if it's green, it could be a sign of bacterial infection. But also have to just make sure I do some physical checks, checking your blood pressure. So I have to do the full check. So basically, what a doctor does, really, but it can be done in a community setting.
So that's such a great service to the community, isn't
exactly.
it? I mean, I literally didn't know until today. What else can pharmacists do that the audience might not know about?
I mean, honestly, Laurence, people think we just grab medicine from the shelf and we give it, but we're obviously the expert when it comes to medicine. So anything to do with medications, interactions, we are the pro. So you need to ask us. And unfortunately, with GPs, they're not really... like an expert in medicines. No offence to any doctors out there, but I'm saying in terms of...
GPs aren't experts in medicine. Change my mind.
Because honestly, Laurence, there's so many mistakes that GPs make on a prescription when it comes to the medication, the dose, the strength, and it's like we have to correct them. But unfortunately, doctors do get pissed off when we correct them. They're like, oh, but we're GPs.
You're not allowed
How
to
can
say
a pharmacist...
You're not allowed to say the peed off word on TV.
Oh, sorry.
Come on.
Sorry.
I never do that. Okay, look, I want to know about The Apprentice.
Right, with The Apprentice...
But why... So just talk us through from the beginning. When did you decide, right, I'm out of the pharmacy for a bit, you prescribed the antibiotics...
So, I mean, with The Apprentice, I was like, you know what, I do come from a business family, so it's like, you know, my mum and dad, they're both entrepreneurs, and I was like, The Apprentice is a great show for me to actually see what the show is about and see if I can potentially win the 250k investment with Lord Sugar himself.
And did you enjoy your time on it?
You know what, Laurence, if I'm being transparent, it was a really tough process. And, you know, it is a TV show at the end of the day. And, you know, it was disappointing, but, you know, it did open a lot of doors for me. And I was really grateful for that.
And you learned some valuable lessons. What was Lord Sugar like? Was he intimidating?
Lord Sugar was definitely intimidating in the sense where whenever you're in that boardroom and you're like sat in front of Lord Sugar, you're like, oh my gosh, like your heart just pounds. It's really scary. I don't know, like. Can you do that, Laurence? Can you imagine? Would you do it like The Apprentice?
No, God, no. I'd be terrible. I'd be really bad at it. I'd go, I've got a totally different way of doing this, and no one else would agree, and I'd be fired on day one. So your passions are pharmacy?
Yes.
Now, drawing already. What about celebrity dating?
Yes, exactly. So
how did that go?
A few months, yes, after I got booked to do Celebs Go Dating, and obviously, unfortunately...
Were you dating...
Well, I was actually dating a variety of both male and female, really.
So greedy.
Well, you know what? You have to experiment what you like. Do you know what I mean, Laurence? And with me, I've not been in a relationship before. I was really confused in the sense of what is it that I like and who am I? I was always confused because I never came to terms with my sexuality, to be honest with you. I was a bit all over the place.
What do you mean? So, is that from a childhood thing, or is that what
it was? Yeah, I think it's more of a childhood thing, and it's something where I've always been career driven, and I never actually thought about relationship or being with someone. So it was never a priority to me. So I thought by doing Celebs Go Dating, it would be the perfect opportunity for me to experience what I like and just see where it takes me. But unfortunately, came out single.
No!
You know...
How can you be single?
Can you imagine? Look, I don't know.
Maybe you should decide one way or the other. Maybe you should go, you know what, I'm going to go girls or boys. And maybe that would help.
But the thing is as well, it's also because I'm still a virgin as well, you know? So it's like, I still don't know... what I like, really. I don't know what to say.
Well...
With the lovely two agents I had in the process who were helping me with Anna and Paul. There were two agents on the show. They were amazing, but they were very patient with me.
So do you not think maybe it's hard to attract a date or a mate if you're not quite sure whether you even know which sex you want to be with?
That's the thing. I mean... I was like, you know, with me, I want to go more for the personality and really more about that person. And I just think it's more about the vibe and the energy, really. Do you see what I mean, Laurence?
But you can get guys with quite feminine energy and get girls with quite masculine energy.
I know, but...
ultimately, it does kind of boil down to which one you're into.
That's the thing. I mean, if it's a guy, I would definitely prefer a masculine vibe, not a feminine. But
so you're talking like...
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Masculine.
I have a feeling I might know which way this will end up.
Do you know what I mean, Laurence? But, with female... it's more about the personality. I mean, I keep saying Nicki Minaj as an example, but you know, that kind of character, someone who's strong, who doesn't love a strong, empowering woman? It's incredible. I think it's inspiring. Do you know what I mean? And it's International Women's Day as well.
I know, it's International Women's Day. Definitely don't come out on International Women's Day. Do
you know what I mean?
What's next for you? What are you up to next?
You know what? The next for me is, Laurence, is to really just continuously using my platform to just put out pharmacy, and really educating people, but doing quirky videos that are educational and fun. And I'm hoping with the platforms that I've done already, this can help and, teach people and open paths, really. I just feel like there's a lot with pharmacies and I want to be that voice.
I love it, and thank you for telling me that I can now go to my own pharmacy and get...
Well, you can come to me, Laurence. Come to me.
Babe, you never know what would happen.
Oh, no. I'll look after you.
I know you would. Thank you, Navid Sal, for joining me on Talking Pints.